Now, one word of warning before you start Microsoft Update, it will take time and user interaction, so please plan ahead. It'll take roughly an hour and a half to 2 hours just because it has to sit there and apply the updates and download things. So please plan ahead before your first participants visit. Thank you. On each device, there are 2 logins, the IPL sysadmin and the Predict HD user. The Predict HD user is to be used for everyday use when you're seeing a participant or when you're uploading your data to SharePoint. Use this account for everyday use. The IPL sysadmin user is only needed for installing software and only doing certain activities that we'll be covering. Now, I'm going to go ahead and log in as the Predict HD user and show you what the initial screen will look like. You just select the Predict HD user, it'll come up for the password, and then hit enter, or you can click on the arrow right there. If you accidentally click on the wrong user, you can click on switch user and it'll drop you back. So we'll click in this Predict HD, type in, and then hit enter. Now, the first time you log in as any user, it'll take a little while because it's got to generate their home directory and any other settings that they don't have. Another thing that will happen when you log in is you'll see a old virus definition file pop up, and it just says your virus definitions are currently out of date. That is safe to ignore until you're done setting up your laptop. You'll also see in the lower right hand corner a little red shield with an X on it, and it'll say various errors have occurred, like your antivirus is out of date too and it's not communicating correctly. That can be ignored until after we're done with initial setup. Once you're logged in and everything's connected and everything's calmed down, you can double click on the little yellow shield in the lower right hand corner next to the clock. That'll bring up the Symantec Endpoint Protection window. The first thing you need to do in here is click on the Live Update on the lower left hand side of the window, the bottom of the column. A window will pop up and it'll automatically update itself. Once the updates are done downloading and installing, it'll automatically shut the Live Update window off and you'll be able to close Symantec Endpoint Protection. The next step that you should complete is setting Windows Update to check for all Microsoft product updates. This is important because each laptop depends on having the latest Microsoft Office installed as well as various Windows patches itself. So to do that, you click on the Start menu, click on All Programs, and then select Windows Update. It might take a second to find it if it's your first time, but it's there. Once that window opens, look in the lower section of the right-hand pane, and you should see a line labeled "You receive updates." If it says for Windows only, click on Get Updates for more products. If it says for all Microsoft products, you don't need to worry about this step. So since we have for Windows only, we'll click on Get Updates for more products, which will open up Internet Explorer. Now, if this is your first time opening Internet Explorer, a window will open saying Set up Windows Internet Explorer 8. This is just a window that they brought in to show you new features and it helps you kind of configure Internet Explorer for your first use. To get through this, just click Next, and then do not turn on suggested sites. This will send information to Microsoft so they can keep track of what you're doing, and they'll suggest sites that they think you'll like. And at home, it's up to you if you want it, but for these, don't turn that on. It'll only complicate things. So select No, do not turn on, then click on Next, And then for settings, it is safe to just go with the express settings. So select use express settings and then click on finish. Once that is done, it will open up the Microsoft Update page where you have to agree to the terms of use. To do that, just click on I accept the terms of use and then install. This will bring up a window asking for the IPL sysadmin password. Then click on OK. After that, it'll open up another web page giving you the status of if it has succeeded or not. If it says Microsoft Update was successfully installed, as it shouldn't ever have a problem with that. You can go ahead and close the window. Once that is done, the window after that, the Windows Update window, will still say you only receive updates for Windows only. At that point, you can go ahead and close it real quick and then just reopen it by going Start, All Programs, Windows Update. And now it says you receive updates for Windows and other products from Microsoft Update. Once you reach that window, click on Check for Updates, either the gray box there or in the upper left-hand corner of the window with the little double arrows. So we'll click on Check for Updates, and this process will take between 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the number of updates, your internet connection, speed of computer, and other factors. The first few times you run this, for doing this, it'll take a while to run, so it'll take a second. When it's done checking for updates, there will be a yellow box that says download and install updates for your computer. The first time you run this, there should be about 29 updates totaling 104 megabytes and one optional update. Don't worry about going after any optional updates, as they really aren't needed for the Predict HD project. Once you're ready to install, just click on the Install Updates button and accept any license terms that may pop up. It'll vary on computer and on laptops and tablets and various other factors about what's being installed. So there might be one, there might be two, there might be three of them to agree to. But generally, you just click on the I accept license terms and either click on Finish or Next. This will require you to type in the IPL sysadmin password again. And the process of updating will take time. It will take, from these first 29, on the borders of 30 to 40 minutes generally. There is a status telling you how many kilobytes it's downloaded and what percentage it is complete. So you need to set this up and run this well in advance of seeing your first participant. So the first ones, also the first set of updates do not require any user interaction from you or me or anybody. They'll run and install automatically, and then when they're done, they will ask for a restart. So keep attention for the restart, and then when it pops up, just click on the restart. I'll show you how to do that when it's done. When the updates are completed, there will be a yellow box on the window that says updates were successfully installed, and a restart button should be in the window. When the computer restarts, it will go through 3 sets of applying updates. The first 2 as it's powering down, and the third one when it comes back up. So go ahead and click on Restart Now, and the computer will restart.